Hi guys, thanks for being here. Good morning. It's your Tuesday flow. If you have two blankets, two blocks, and a strap, that would be great. If you don't, please feel free to practice with us and we can always improvise, no worries. So we're gonna get started in Siddhasana, if that's a comfortable position for you. So this is where the heels kind of come in towards the pubic bone and they go in a line with the spine, and then the knees go out wide so that we can get some movement in our pelvis and free up the low back. Let's start with the hands facing down on the knees or the thighs, whatever comfortable for you in your shoulders and your neck. Tuck your chin just a small amount and start to feel more of a lift from the base of the skull as opposed to the crown of the head. Start to feel the breath traveling from the tailbone, snaking the way up through 5 lumbar, 12 thoracic, all the way through the cervical, right at the base of the skull. And then imagine the breath washing back down that same line from the base of the skull to the tailbone. As you exhale, empty yourself completely of breath. So focus all of your attention on the flow of your breath, breathing up the spine, snaking your way up to the base of the skull, getting a little bit more lift at the very top of your inhale. And then exhale, feeling the breath travel back down to the base of the spine, right into the tailbone where the breath began. And just focus on the breath, rolling up and down the length of your spine, starting to bring some awareness to your central core. And maybe beginning to imagine your spine like the central pipe of a complicated irrigation system. And from this breath, moving up and down that central channel, you can begin to imagine the branches of energy pulsing away from that central channel, starting to feed all the rest of your body, right? So a little branch off into the heart and the shoulders and down into the arms and the hands, a branch off into the mid-back area and into the belly, a branch off into the hips, a branch off down into the legs, ankles, and feet, and a branch off that goes all the way from the base of the skull up to the crown of the head and down the front of the face. So we're starting to become aware of what's called the nadis. Similar to meridians in Chinese medicine, this is the home of the energy body. We access the energy body through our breath, and we increase not only the awareness, but the actual life force of our energy body through what's called pranayama, or breath control. So starting very simple, breathing up and down that central channel, but using this visualization of the breath surging out to fill and feed every single cell, every fiber of your being with awareness and light. Release any tension in your shoulders or your mouth or your eyes. See if you can elongate the breath on both the inhale and the exhale. Feel that natural little pause that occurs at the very top. And that that pause that occurs at the bottom. Continuing to settle in. Diving fully into present moment. Perhaps taking a loving inventory or a stock of how you're feeling this morning without judgment. And then setting a very simple intention of a return to balance. Whether you want to focus in more on the quality of energy or a particular part of your body that feels sore, it's really up to you. But the simple resolve of returning to balance. Taking a few more big, beautiful, bright breaths in through the nose and back out. And then you can keep your eyes closed or open them softly if you'd like. It's really up to you. And we'll simply inhale, reach the arms up over your head. Thumbs will point towards the back of the room, pinkies towards the front. Imagine squeezing a block between the palms of your hands. Begin to firm the muscles of your arms as they hug onto your arm bones. And notice that actually the more you press down through the sitting bones, the easier it is to actually lift up, and away from that root. Continuing to take those deep, slow, full breaths. But maybe imagining that the breath could go beyond the base of the skull all the way into the fingertips. Again, drop your chin just a small amount so you're not leading this from your head. One more big full bright breath in and in and in. And then simply drop the left hand down towards the floor. Fingertips or flat palm, it's really up to you. Start to spider walk the left fingertips over to the left and then crescent bow any amount towards the window side of the room. Feel free to bend your elbow for a little bit more stretch, but then re-anchor the right sit bone as you stretch the right arm out of the right sitting bone. Notice how the spine starts to curve, creating more of a C now. But see if you can keep that curvature, not on just the right side, but also the left side body as well, like a little double rainbow. So there's still space between your left armpit and your left sitting bone, just like there's space between your right armpit and your right sitting bone. Now let's bend the elbow and hold on to the back of the skull with the palm of the right hand. Press your head into your arm and your arm into your head a little bit more. Imagine reaching the top of the ceiling with your right elbow tip where the ceiling meets the wall. Take one more big full breath in, light up that whole right side seam body. And then nice and slow, lift yourself back up, but keep your hand where it is, behind the base of the skull. Reach your left arm out from your shoulder, and then take this left arm, wrap it behind you, and hold on to your pants or your side waist. Now again, inhale, elongate a little bit taller up through the base of the skull. And now start to turn the body back towards the windows once again, holding on to the right hip or the right waist or right part of your clothing with your left hand, and continuing to press your head into your hand and your hand into your head. Now reach the elbow towards the windows, so point the elbow towards the windows, and notice you get a little bit more twist as you exhale. Keep supporting the head as you press your head into your hand, lifting up a little bit taller from the base of the skull as you firm through the sitting bones. Now re-reach your right arm up towards the sky, thumb back, pinky forward. And now pass the right hand over onto the left knee and get a little bit more leverage to turn even more towards the windows. As you inhale, lengthen up, extend all the way through the crown of the head, but lift more from the base of the skull. As you exhale, revolve the whole trunk around towards the windows any amount, but still maintain not only a feeling of length in the spine, but also the side waist too. That means that the left waist and the right waist are both big and bright. Take one more big full breath in, in. Nice and slow, exhale, unwind. Feel that little flush. Release your right hand, release your left hand. Sit up nice and tall, soften the shoulders. Lift from the center of the chest. And then second side, inhale, reach your arms back up over your head. Again, thumbs towards the back of the room, pinkies towards me. And feel not only space in the spine and the side body, but also feel space in the front of your body. So perhaps imagine you had like suspenders on, and those frontal hip tips were starting to lift up, and away from the thighs. Again, pull the head back, keep aligning the spine. The tendency is for the head to go forward for most of us. Take one more big full breath in. Exhale, drop your right hand down. Fingertips or flat palm, it's really up to you. Spider walk those fingertips over towards the curtain side of the room. And then crescent bow any amount, making that banana shape with your spine as you stretch your left arm up and over. If you want to bend the right elbow to get a little bit more stretch, go for it. But think of that double rainbow running through the left side body and the right. Feeling the breath. One more full breath like this. Bend the left elbow, press the palm into the skull and the skull into the palm. Pierce the ceiling with the left elbow tip and bow a little bit further, maybe assisting through the bend of your right elbow. Release any tension in your jaw, eyes or forehead. Take one more giant breath in and in and in. Exhale, push off that right hand. Reach it straight out from your shoulder. Wrap it behind you, get maximum length. Hold on to your pants, side waist, or whatever you can. And then exhale, begin to turn the body towards the curtains, still pressing the head into the hand and the hand into the head. Ground through the two sitting bones. Stay long in your right waist instead of getting crunchy. And now point your elbow forward and get a little bit more turn as you twist towards the curtains. Head into hand, hand into head. Nice long neck, especially from the tops of the shoulders to the base of the skull. Calm mind, soft face. One more full breath in like this. Stretch the left arm up, thumb back, pinky forward. Inhale, fully grow. Exhale, pass that hand over onto the thigh or the knee, C-roll, land. And then use the hand for a little bit more leverage to turn the body any amount as you exhale. Keep the collarbones wide as they smile away from the sternum. The tops of the shoulders soft, the left sitting bone firmly rooted. Take a giant breath in and in and in and in and in. Really flush out that whole energy body. And then nice and slow, exhale, unwind, come back to center. Drop your left hand, drop your right hand. This time turn the palms to face up. Take a big, full, bright breath in. Notice that awakening of your central channel like you were flipping on a light. Big, full, releasing breath out, 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 out. Blink your eyes open if they were closed. Come off of your support. Unless you'd like to use a blanket underneath your knees for table position, you're welcome to do that. And let's curl the toes under and make our way onto all fours. You can get pretty stacked, meaning shoulders directly over wrists and hips directly over your knees. And then as you inhale, you guys, you're going to add side body and arch. So your left shoulder is going to move towards your left hip. You're going to look back. Maybe you can even see your outer hip as you arch the spine. As you exhale, flex the spine through traditional cat, chin towards chest, tailbone towards the big toes. And then inhale, sway and arch, right shoulder towards right hip. I call this scoliosis cow. You can see why. Exhale, press the floor away, round through the center, curl the chin towards the chest. Inhale, take left shoulder towards left hip and arch at the same time. Exhale, press the floor away, round, pull in through the low belly. Inhale, arch over to the right. Find that side body length on the left side, and then exhale back through the center. Inhale, sway over to the left and lengthen your right side body. Exhale, come through the center. Feel some tone deep within your core. Inhale, right shoulder towards right hip, lengthen the left side body. Exhale, flex through the center. Let's take one more round on both sides. So inhale, scoliosis cow. Exhale through the center. Inhale, last time, scoliosis cow. Exhale through the center, press the floor away, point the toes behind you, and then exhale, take the hips back. Balasana, child's pose, all the breath out. Can you find that length, not only in the central channel from the tail to the crown, but can you also feel that length in the side body as your outer hips wrap away from your armpits? Can you even feel that length in the front body as the sternum pulls out of the pubic bone and the pubic bone sinks down towards the floor? Pressing down through the fingertips and the knuckle pads. Take one more full breath in here. Big, full releasing breath out. We're going to inhale, rock forward, come back into your cat pose. Toes stay pointed behind you, keep going. Drop your hips, pull your chest through, take a modified upward facing dog. And then as we exhale, scoop the low belly, press into the inner hand, curl the chin towards the chest, and sink back into Balasana. Pelvis drops towards the heels, heels towards tops of the feet to the floor. Think of this more as a pranayama exercise, really simply coming forward, pointing the toes, lifting through the chest, widening through the collarbones, wrapping the outer upper arms back. Then exhale, pressing floor away, rounding through the spine, taking the buttocks back towards the heels, and exhale, emptying yourself of breath. Right, so it's a really long, slow inhale to get you forward all the way down into your back bend. And then it's a really long, slow, deep Exhale to get you back into flexion and then returning to your starting position of Balasana. So see if you can really commit to synchronizing the breath so that as you inhale, you're rounding and you're arching. And then as you exhale, you're flexing and then going back to neutral. Let's take this 3 more times, you guys. Find your rhythm. Slow your breathing down to match the movement. Chest forward, modified up dog. Exhale, strong belly, long spine, hips press back. Maybe fingers lift up to stretch the wrist a little bit. Try it one more time. Rock forward into your modified upward facing dog. Press back into your Balasana, all the breath out. Exhale, 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 exhale. Once again, rock forward onto all fours, tuck your toes under, lift your knees up, lift your hips up, send your pubic bone back between your legs. Feel the length between the tailbone and the crown of the head. Breathe along the spine. Feel the length between your armpits and your outer hips. Let that frame the central channel. And then even feel the length in the front of the body as the sternum pulls out of the pubic bone and the pubic bone sends back between the legs. So like there's this feeling of 3-dimensional length, not just in the spine, but in the side body and the front body as well. Let's create lots of space. As you exhale, descend just your left heel towards the floor. Lift and spread all 5 of your left toes, and notice how the left side body got a little bit longer, but you can still keep length in your right side body, even with your knee bent. Wrap the outer hip away from the armpit. Exhale. Change. Stretch just your right heel towards the floor. Lift and spread all 5 of your right toes. Keep wrapping the outer left thigh back, even though the knee is bent. Armpit moves out of hip. And now you get to decide, you guys, 2 straight legs or 2 bent knees. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Feel the breath in that 3-dimensional capacity. Visualize it lighting up the central channel and then feeding out into every single cell, every fiber of your being. Perhaps seeing a golden light radiate through your body of health and wellness. Feel your thighs press back into your hamstrings so your hands aren't doing all the work. As your legs get warmer, downward facing dog will be found with more ease. Just trust the process. Exhale, 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 all the breath out. Simply walk your feet to your hands, come to the top of your mat, and bow forward in Uttanasana. Let's have the feet hip distance apart so we have a little bit more room for the pelvis to fold. Relax your head. Relax your neck. Round through your feet and draw your thigh bones more deeply up into your hips. Next inhale, you guys come onto your fingertips and find that 3-dimensional length. Sternum out of pubic bone, crown of head out of tail, armpits out of hips. Getting really familiar with those actions that create space. One more full breath in here. Exhale, fold in, bow, let the head hang, maybe go a little bit deeper into your fold. This time we're going to press the feet down, soft bend in your knees, please. Circle the arms behind you, up and then all the way over your head, lifting through Urdhva Hastasana. Reach back with your thumbs and forward with your pinkies. Now let's hook the thumbs one on top of the other, spread the fingers, ground through the feet, and then crescent bow back over towards the windows. Keep pressing your right thigh bone back at its root, but make sure you're not locking your knee out. Feel that double rainbow through the right side and the left side of your body. Tuck your chin a little bit, lift through the base of the skull, softness down the front of your face. One more big full breath in and in and in. Exhale, come back through center. See if you can lift up a little bit higher through your fingertips. And then exhale, crescent bow over towards the curtains. Left armpit climbs out of left thigh. Left thigh presses back at its root. Heels push down, toes push down. One more giant breath in and in and in. Exhale, lift all the way back up. Release the thumbs, bow forward, come right back down through Uttanasana as you exhale all the breath out. Keeping with that rhythm of your breath, inhale, lift and lengthen halfway up. Let's bend the right knee. Take a large, wide step back with your left foot, you guys. Grab your blanket to pad your knee so we don't need to suffer in that back knee. And then drop your back knee and the top of your foot to the ground. So you're coming, so other side chair, right leg forward. So you're coming into Anjanasana. Point your left toe behind you, squeeze your legs together, and then inhale, rise up into Anjanasana. Do that same hook of the thumbs with the opposite thumb on top. Again, stretch your armpits out of your hips, you guys. Find stability by grounding into your feet, top of the left foot, sole of the right. And then once again, you're going to crescent bow, same gig as before. Crescent bow over towards, this time, the window side of the room. Stretch the left armpit out of the left hip. Drop your right sitting bone under and dig your outer ankle and your pinky toe more into the floor to help you with that rotation in the right leg so the knee doesn't fall in medially. Okay, can you keep all of this length in the side body, you guys? And now we're going to add the twist. Start to turn your body even more. Yeah, stay upright in your spine for now. Then bring your palms together, seal them, and as you exhale, hook the left elbow outside of the right knee and move into that revolved low lunge twist. Pulling the right sitting bone back, grounding the outer ankle and the pinky toe. Stretch the top of the left foot behind you, and then spin from your belly and your chest as you stabilize your low back. Take one more big full bright breath in and in and in and in and in. Exhale, slowly unwind, feel that flush come back to center. Drop the hands down, straighten your right leg, pull the toes back, press the heel down, stretch the back of your right leg a little bit more fully. Square the hips, hug the outer thighs together. Let the back of the skull lift away from the tops of the shoulders. Look down at the floor or close your eyes. Take one more big full bright breath in and in and in and in and in. Exhale, rock forward back into Anjanasana. This time, curl the back toes under, come onto your fingertips, and now come into a high lunge pose. Squeezing your legs towards the midline. Plant your left palm or use your fingertips. It's really up to you. Once again, align your hips as they squeeze together. Inhale. And now exhale, stretch your right arm up towards the sky and take another twist. So we just built on that low lunge twist. So other way, sure. Other way. Yeah. Left hand down, right arm up. I mirror. Widen through the collarbones. Squeeze through the hips. Make sure you're not locking out your elbows. Push through the base of your left big toe. Take a giant breath in and in and in and in and in. And then exhale, you guys fold over your right leg. Straighten your right leg. Straighten your left leg. Pull the toes up. Press the heel down and bow forward into Parsvottanasana variation. Squeeze legs together, spread your right toes. Exhale, 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 all the breath out. Inhale, rock forward one more time into your high lunge pose. Plant your palms and then step your right foot back so your hips go high into downward facing dog. And just notice, I certainly notice, how much longer that right side feels. Like you can feel the right femur bone descending back, maybe even the right heel stretching more towards the floor in comparison to the left. You can feel that buoyancy underneath the right armpit. Feel the effect of the shape. Stay present with that. Let's return back to balance, our intention. Exhale all the breath out. Step your left leg through between your hands. Your blanket's already there, so just drop your back knee and the top of the foot. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale, rise up into Anjanasana. Once you feel stable in the lower body, again, hook the thumbs. Pull the armpits off of the hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Take a big, full, bright breath in here. Exhale, crescent bow over towards the windows. Watch this knee from falling in, you guys. If you press your outer heel and your outer pinky down, it'll really engage the outer hip so that you feel more stable from the outer body to the inner body. And then you can make that inner body brighter by reaching and stretching over towards the windows. One more big full breath in and in and in. Exhale, keep the spine upright. Start to turn your body like we did when we were seated. Bring the palms together into Anjali. And then exhale, hook the elbow outside of the left knee and turn the body more fully. Drag the left hip back. Feel some stretch along that IT band as the big toe stays firm into the mat. Draw the side waist muscles in as you exhale, like you were tightening up a corset. Keep breathing along that central channel, inner body bright, golden light radiating through every single cell, every fiber of your being. Last big full breath in here. Exhale, unwind, fold over the left leg, straighten the left leg, pull the toes back, press the heel down, and take your little half splits variation as you exhale, fold in. Chin to the chest. Thinking mind is soft. Feeling body is aware. Exhale all the breath out. Rock forward into your lunge. Curl your back toes under. Find yourself in a high lunge pose. Keep stability from your pelvis to your legs to your feet. Right fingertips or flat palm, it's really up to you. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, turn the body once again over towards the windows. Squeeze the hips together. Reach up with the left arm, press down with your right. Visualize the breath snaking its way up the spine, creating more space between every single vertebra, like you're fluffing little pillows in your spine. One more full breath in and in and in and in. Exhale, bow forward over the left leg, straighten it, pull the toes up, press the heels down, and find yourself in Parsvattanasana, pyramid pose. Squeeze the legs together, let the head drip. Feel something let go as you exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, rock forward into your high lunge pose. Plant your palms flat, then just step your left leg back, hips go high. Exhale all the breath out. Go ahead and drop down to your knees, and you can keep them right on your blanket. And then come to stand on your knees. Come to stand on your knees, you guys. Tuck your toes under, and then stretch your right leg out and line up your right arch with your left knee. So turn your toes towards me. Reach your arms out from your shoulders and feel again that length in the side body as the armpits pull off of the hips. Drop the right arm down the back of the right leg, and then like we did before, sweep your left arm alongside your ear, coming into what's called Padidasana or gate pose. Let's once again bend the elbow and hold on to the back of the skull, climbing the left elbow up, up, up and away off of that side waist. Relax your face. Light up the whole left side seam of your body. Keep that double rainbow so the right side is not getting overly crunched. Take one more full breath in. Push off your feet, come back upright. Reach your left arm up, tip it over like you're doing a cartwheel in slow motion, and stack the right arm over the left and find yourself in a variation of Vashisthasana or side plank pose. Breathing here, press down through the outer foot. Reach the arm alongside your ear and try to touch once again the place where the ceiling meets the wall. Press your right side back. Plug the head of the right arm bone into the shoulder socket, so we're not stretching from the joint, but from the muscle of the arm. Now let's lift up the right leg. Feel a little bit of core strength as the side waist muscles hug in. And then can you squeeze the heel towards the bottom until you feel like the glute and the hamstring engage? Okay, now if you'd like, reach back and catch that foot, coming into a Dhanurasana variation, and then start to roll the chest through, tip the head back, and feel that bigger stretch through the front of the right hip. Try not to dump into your low back. Hold the navel towards the spine. Soften the bottom front ribs down. Put your suspenders on as your frontal hip tips lift up as your shoulder blades kiss together. Take one more big full great breath in and in and in here, you guys. Exhale in slow motion, release the leg. Mindfully put it back down. Sweep the right arm down. Sweep the left arm down. Keep the right leg extended. And then take a few simple rounds of cat-cow just to flush out that asymmetrical work, but still keep the right leg extended. Exhale, press the floor away. Inhale, arch the spine, butt back, sternum forward. Feel that reverse rainbow in the spine. Exhale, press the floor away and flex. Really use your breath today. Go beyond just the physical body if you can, and tap into that second layer of the self where the prana exists, the pranamaya kosha. One more time, inhale, arch the spine. Sometimes closing the eyes and allowing yourself to be open to visuals is really helpful in that process. Inhale, come back to center, stay. Let's pick up the right leg behind us, okay? Keep it elevated, heel in line with sitting bone, hands press evenly, get your core back together. And then stretch your left arm forward. Again, make sure you're not overstretching from the shoulder joint, but from the muscles of your arms, plug back. And now as you exhale, you're gonna round in and bring your elbow towards your knee, point your right toe and flex. Then inhale, extend out through heel and fingertips, create length in spine, front and side body. There's the intention. Exhale, elbow towards knee. Feel the balancing action of pulling back in. Inhale, extend, take up space, and then exhale, come back into your power center for balance. Last time to inhale, stretch and reach. Put your left hand down, put your right knee down, point your toes behind you, and then exhale, you guys, go back to your friend child's pose. Let the forehead maybe hit the blanket or the floor. Exhale, 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 all the breath out. Feel that three-dimensional space in your body, through the spine, through the sides, through the front, making that container of your torso bigger and brighter from the very bottom to the very top, and then letting that feed out from the core to the periphery towards your extremities, all the way to your fingertips and your toe tips. Inner body bright. Exhale all the breath out. Inhale, come back to stand on your knees. Tuck your toes under. Take your left leg out. Line up your left arch with your right knee, setting up for Padidasana. Reach the arms out from the shoulders. Get a little puff underneath the armpits. And then exhale, drop the left arm down the left leg, reach the right arm up and over. Breathing here. Bend the elbow, support the back of the head. Realign the neck by pushing the head into the hand and the hand into the head. Keep that double rainbow long through both right and left sides of your body. Enjoy getting one more little inch of stretch through the right side. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Feel your side waist muscles do the work. Tip the right hand down. Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Cartwheel left hand up. Start stacked so you know where that is in space. Press down through the pinky toe side of your left foot. And then stretch from your left fingertips, but plug back from the head of the arm bone. Maybe start to pull the chest through a little bit more. Vashisthasana, side plank pose. Inhale here. Next exhale, let's float the left leg up. Feel the inseam roll towards the door that you came in. Squeeze the heel towards the bottom, you guys. Feel a little pop in the back of the leg. Reach back and catch the foot. Draw the heel towards the buttock. Pull the chest through. Tip the head back. Open the front of the body. Lifting the frontal hip tips up. Absorbing the front of the body towards the back of the body so that we're not overarching from lumbar or thoracic lumbar junction, but doing the work from the upper back. One more full breath in. Exhale, stretch the left leg long, put it down on the floor. Sweep the left hand in front of you. Sweep the right hand in front of you. Stay on all fours with your left leg extended, and then pick up on the rocking rhythm of your breath as you arch when you inhale and you flex as you exhale. Arch as you inhale and flex as you exhale. Just enjoy your breath. 2 more cycles, following into your authentic breath pattern. Exhale. And then come back to center to stay. Float the left leg behind you. Heel stays in line with sitting bones. Stabilize your pelvis. Ground through the left hand. Reach the right arm forward. Hug the bicep and the outer hip in. Really extend and reach. Take up more space. And then exhale, elbow towards knee, round and flex, angry cat pose with this little funny variation. Inhale, extend and reach through fingers and toes. Exhale, pull back into center. Gather some energy deep within your core. And one more time, guys. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, pull in and round. Feel the balancing action, opposite but equal. Inhale, reach and stretch. Hand down, knee down, tops the feet down. Yes, back to Balasana. Take a moment to reflect, observe, and notice. Exhale, 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 all the breath out. Okay, let's come back onto all fours. Curl the toes under. Once again, lift the hips up and press back into your downward facing dog. This time, lift the right leg up towards the sky. Keep your hips square, keep your shoulders square. Use your low core. Exhale, knee to nose. Press the floor away and round the spine. Flex, angry cat. Do it again. Inhale, extend the right leg. Feel side body, front body, and back body long. Exhale, curl and round, knee to nose. Press the floor away. Tonify the core. And last time, inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Let's step the foot all the way through, get clearance. And again, like we've done, drop your back knee. And inhale, lift up into Anjanasana. Okay, taking this a little bit further, place your right hand onto your right thigh. Now, like we did from our side plank pose, lift up your left heel, squeeze your heel towards your bum, and now see if you can reach back and catch the foot. I would say point the toe, and then use the elbow to get a deeper stretch in the front of your left hip. Don't have to grab the back foot. It is common to get a Charlie horse in the calf. It's usually because the hamstring and the glutes not engaging to get the bind. Squeeze the heel towards the bum, stamp through the right foot, and square off the chest. If this is going well for you, you can add the right hand too, holding onto the top of the foot, putting your suspenders on, lifting up through the center of the chest, grounding down through the bottom of the pubic bone, lifting up through the armpits, wrapping down through the hips, and then finally, again, crown of the head, base of the skull, away from the tailbone. One more big full breath in. Keep a hold of the left foot with the right hand, okay? Release your left hand down to the floor. And now wiggle your right leg out a little bit. Turn your toes at the diagonal and switch the grip so that you're on the top of the left foot. Bend your right, what hand is that? Bend your right elbow. Bend your left elbow if you want to go further, twisted monkey pose. Stay here, or even consider migrating down onto your forearm as you pull the chest through. Be gentle with the neck. Balance out that stretch between outer right hip and left hip flexor quad area. If you're cranking in your neck, just look down on the floor. You're also welcome to just stretch the left leg behind you and reach your right arm up. This is quite lovely too. One more full breath in. Exhale, if you're holding onto the back foot, slowly release it. Spiral back to center. Push down into the hands. Curl the back toes under, pick up the back knee. Point the right toes forward and then step it back into downward facing dog. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Hips go high, heels stretch back. All the breath out. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Maintain square hips and square shoulders. Exhale, come forward, knee to nose around the spine and press the floor away as you scoop the low belly. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, come forward, knee to nose, press the floor away and round the spine. One more time, you guys. Inhale, lift the left leg up nice and high. Exhale, round forward, knee to nose, get clearance, step the foot all the way through. Drop your back knee, top of the foot, and then inhale, lift back up, Anjanasana, high lunge pose. You're welcome to stay right here and hook the thumbs, or drop the left hand on down to the left thigh. Help the hand ground the thigh so that you feel more stable. Squeeze the right heel towards the bum actively. Reach back and catch the foot, and then bend the elbow to help assist the heel towards the buttock. Squaring off the hips, squaring off the shoulders. Really stand strong into your left foot. Pull your head back. Breathe here, or reach back with your left hand. Catch the foot. Pull the chest through. Drop the pubic bone down. Look at a spot in front of you that's not moving to help maintain your balance, your drishti, your focus. Take one more full breath in here. Put your suspenders on. Go up. Big full releasing breath out. Really ground. Find the balance. Hold on to the right foot with the left hand if you can. Drop down onto your right arm, and then I would say wiggle your left leg to the left a little bit and consider turning your toes out as long as you contract your knee. Now switch the grip so that it's more on the top of the foot, like you would for Bakasana, frog pose. Bend the elbow up towards the sky, pull the chest through and let the hips sink down any amount. If this is going well, come down onto your forearm. Twist your body completely, twisted monkey pose. Again, guys, be mindful of what your neck is doing. If you're whipping your head up towards the sky, look down at the floor instead and pull the base of the skull back to maintain that softness down the front of the face so the nervous system continues to calm. Take 3 more steady breaths. You always can just keep the legs straight and reach the top arm up. Get a nice turn in the body. And then let's exhale, release the back foot, everybody. Spiral the hands back through center. Point the toes forward, pick up the back knee, inhale here. And then exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. All the breath out, 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 out. Exhale. Okay. We're ready for Dhanurasana pose. So you're going to take your blanket and then just roll it up into like a burrito, okay, like that. Now that blanket is going to go right about at the navel center, so that your legs can stretch behind you. So we should have some nice space in the frontal hips. We should have some nice space in the side waist. We should have some nice space in the back body at this point, hopefully. Then you can lie down, bend your knees, reach back and catch your ankles 1 and 2. You're going to flex the feet, press the thighs down, and lift the chest up. So you're actually using the blanket as a shelf to help lift your chest up. If you're having a hard time getting your chest up, good job. It probably means that the blanket is too high, meaning you need to scoot your body back a little bit more so that you can use the blanket like a shelf to help lift the chest up. Thighs are actually pressing down. Toes are reaching back. Look down on your cheeks and feel the power of your legs, kind of like bridge pose basically, you guys, but inverted, to lift the chest. Lengthen through the back of the skull. Look down on your cheeks. Hold for 1 more big full breath in, in. Exhale, come down. Relax. Feel a little stimulation in the gut. Toes in, heels out, back hip spread. Might even soften the psoas if the blanket applies a little bit of downward pressure towards the hip flexors. Find balance in your breath. We're going to give that variation 1 more go. So again, the blanket usually has to go a little higher than you think. Bend your knees, flex your feet, reach back and catch your ankles 1 and 2. Think about reaching the toes towards the back door as you squeeze the heels towards the bum. Equal but opposite actions. That's the balance. Same amount of effort, but different forces at play. Look down on your cheeks. Lift up with your chest. Breathe 3. Breathe 2. Breathe 1. Exhale, come down. Toes in, heels out. Back hip spread. Feel the love depth of your heart. Let the blanket stimulate the belly and the frontal hip tips. Calming digestion. Exhale all the breath out. Slide the hands back. Move the blanket out. And then one last time, you guys, you're going to lie down on your belly. All right, 3 is the magic number when it comes to our back bend. So let's give it 1 more go without the support of the blanket. Bend your knees, point your feet, Reach back and catch your ankles. Squeeze your knees towards the midline, squeeze your heels towards the bum, but stamp your toes towards the sky. Inhale, prepare and lengthen front, side, and back body. Exhale, lift everything up off the floor. This time your thighs lift, your chest lifts. Look down on your cheeks. Hug in through your knees. Feel your glutes and hamstrings engaging to be able to peel your thighs and hip flexors off the floor, down through the base of your pubic bone. 3. Use your breath. 2. And 1. Exhale, nice and slow. Lower down. Toes in, heels out. Back hip spread. Exhale, exhale, exhale. All the breath out. As long as we're here, let's take one more shape on the belly. Go ahead and drag your right knee forward into a half frog and come onto your forearms. Yeah, so drag your right knee forward into a half frog. If you need a blanket, you can use it. And come up into Sphinx. Reach from the inner thigh to the inner knee. Reach back from the top of the left thigh to the big toe. Okay, now you're going to lift your left elbow up and reach your right arm underneath. It's kind of an intense stretch for the upper back. If it's too much, we can always just stay lying on our belly without the thread. If you can, you're going to let your chin go over your right shoulder as your left arm reaches out in front of you and your left leg stretches back. Again, if this is too intense, here's the modification. Yeah. Just Ardha Bhekasana without the thread. Otherwise, adding the thread to stretch the back of the heart a little bit more. Settle in. Slow your breathing down. One more big full breath in here. Big full releasing breath out. Slide the left hand back, unthread the right. Everybody relax into a little passive half frog. Turn your cheek to one side. Let your two legs stretch out of your hips. Exhale all the breath out, 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 out. And then glide the right leg back to meet your left. Stretch it behind you. Notice the difference between the two sides. Realign yourself with your breath as you exhale. Return back onto your forearms, and then now drag your left knee forward into a frog, Ardha Bhekasana pose. Look down on your thumbs, lengthen through the back of your neck. Feel the pulse of your breath into the capsule of your left hip. Change your energy body through the direction of your breath. Now you're welcome to stay here, you guys. This could be enough, or you could just lie down or lift your right arm up, thread the left arm through. I say turn the palm up. Once you thread the arm, reach the right arm forward and see if you can hook the chin over the top of the left shoulder. Again, it can be kind of intense. So if it's too much and you're holding your breath in order to come into this shape, just reach your arms out from your shoulders, rest on your cheek, and enjoy the passive frog. Work with your breath to create space. Exhale, exhale, exhale all the breath out. Unthread your left arm slowly from your right. Sweep your arms out, rest on your opposite cheek. Relax into your passive frog. Let your body just drop. Exhale all the breath out. Slide the left leg back to meet the right. Feel the whole weight of your body sink into the floor. Pull the hands back underneath the shoulders. Push back through Balasana, child's pose. Notice how different perhaps this feels now. Lots and lots of space and length in the side, back, and front body. Exhale all the breath out. Slide the hands back underneath the shoulders. Lift the chin through the chest and bring yourself all the way up to sit on the tops of your feet. Okay, guys, so option for either shoulder stand pose or for half shoulder stand pose. So if you're going to do full shoulder stand pose, you'll take the two folded blankets and stack them on top of each other. If you're not into shoulder stand because your neck is bothering you or you're on your moon or maybe it's just too much energy for you right now, put your sacrum on a block and stretch your legs up towards the sky. Sacrum on a block, legs up towards the sky. No worries, Viparita Karani instead of shoulder stand. If you want to give shoulder stand a go, and it's not too effortful for you, this should be more of like a passive pose, honestly, in the context of where we are in our practice. So if it's too much effort, just put your sacrum on a block and stretch your legs up. Otherwise, if you're comfortable and familiar with shoulder stand, legs are going to go over the face, head is going to stay on the ground. You're going to snuggle the shoulders in and under, support the back, curl the knees in towards the chest, and then lift the legs up. Okay, so again, in the context of where shoulder stand is in our practice, if this feels like it's going to be over effortful, skip it. It's no worries. And just put your sacrum on a block, whatever level you want, and stretch your legs towards the sky. Okay, so either shoulder stand pose or Viparita Karani. You choose. Totally up to you. Nice calming inversion. Once you get yourself settled into the inversion of your choice, start to feel the breath once again, stimulating that whole central channel, like you were turning on a fountain from your spine. That fountain feeds and nourishes and hydrates the rest of your body from that central core. As you inhale, radiating deep within the core of your pelvis, out through your spine, into your extremities, through the fingertips and the toes. As you exhale, you feel energy gather back into the core of your pelvis. And then you pulse back out like a radiating star. Try to stay a half a minute more, about 5 to 7 breaths. Maintain balance, the intention of a return to balance. If you're in shoulder stand, please slowly lower the feet over the face, coming back into Halasana. If you have your sacrum on a block, bend your knees, place your feet onto the ground, and take supported bridge. Take another 3 breaths, either in supported bridge or Halasana. And then either way, roll down the spine, either from Halasana or from supported bridge. We're all going to meet lying on our backs. Relax your body completely, do nothing, and just feel, absorb, process, digest. Then everyone bend your knees, roll over to the right side, and slowly bring yourself up. Okay, move your blankets out of the way. Matsyasana, fish pose, last shape before Shavasana. Take your 2 blocks, you can grab blocks in the middle, and make like a T with your blocks. Yeah? So 1 block vertical, 1 block horizontal. And you're going to find the bottom tips of your shoulder blades right at the back of the heart. Mark that point. Lie down over your block, and then let the back of your head rest on the other block. So this is a variation of Matsyasana, fish pose, which is the counter pose for shoulder stand. And even if you didn't practice shoulder stand, it's still a lovely supported back bend. Okay, so back of the skull is on 1 block, bottom tips of the shoulder blades are on the other. You shouldn't feel this in your lumbar spine. If you feel this in your lumbar spine, that heart block is too low on your back. Move it up a little bit. Then I would say reach your arms up towards the sky. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears like you were saying, I don't know. Feel that length in side, back, and front body. And then exhale, release your arms out from your side so your palms face up. Stretch your legs if you want, or bend your knees if your low back feels tender. Big, beautiful, supported back bend, opening the chest, opening the throat, opening the third eye. Your body should feel like it's resurrecting off of the block while still draping into the support beneath. Head is supported, upper back is supported. Breath is still moving up and down the spine. Connect to the energy body via a conscious breath. So, you guys, it's really up to you. If you're comfortable spending the remainder of your time in this supported back bend, like to me, it feels very comfortable, but if it's not comfortable for you, then you can bend your knees, roll off to a side, move your blocks out of the way. If you need your blankets under your knees for a little extra for your low back, you're welcome to. And then you can stretch your legs and take regular Shavasana. So up to you. Stay on your heart blocks for the next few minutes, or feel free to come off of your heart and head blocks, lie on the floor, surrender the full weight of the body into the earth. Use the blankets under your knees if needed or over the tops of your thighs. And then use this time to fully restore back to balance. Shavasana. Allow the body to stay completely and totally relaxed. Feel the breath moving very freely, whirling and swirling around. Once again, filling every single cell, every fiber of your being with that divine light. Becoming aware of your life force, your prana, your energy, of harnessing it inside of yourself. A return to balance. From this more aligned space, begin to move however you want. You can wiggle your fingers, you can wiggle your toes, you can reach your arms and reach your legs. Stretch and take up space. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a great big hug and tell yourself something nice. Maybe a simple acknowledgement of your practice and your willingness to go inside, to pay attention, and to consciously set an intention to return back to balance. When you feel ready, you guys, press yourself all the way up and find a seat of your liking. You can sit back on your block or your blankets or your bolster, returning to Siddhasana, how we started our practice together, coming full circle. And as you sit, first notice the physical body. Continue to breathe along the spine. Feel the space in the front and in the sides of the body as well. Again, feeling more aligned in the physical body, consider one practical way that you could continue to serve this intention of returning to balance. What would that mean for you today? Perhaps getting a little bit more sleep, perhaps taking a rest or eating a mindful lunch, perhaps not having a second cup of coffee or having a second cup of coffee. Right? So sort of customize a practical step, something you could do or not do today that would serve this intention of returning to balance. Start with awareness and work from there. Taking your hands to your heart space if you'd like, in gratitude for all that you are, all that was and all that will be. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for sharing your energy and your practice. Namaste. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks so much. If you don't mind just putting your props that you used over there, and then we can wipe them down. Those of you who out there, thanks for being here. Thanks, Jen. I hope you enjoyed practice, and hopefully we'll get to see you later. Have a great day.